What's up, YouTubers? Welcome to another historic video. I am trying to figure out exactly what is all about in this historic format and what to play this weekend in the Arena Open and the SCG Historic Championship Qualifier event. I like Mono Blue a decent amount, and I've had medium experiences with everything else. That would be my front runner. But I wanted to try a little bit of, and the 5-color Niv deck is pretty sweet as well. I don't know how hyper competitive that is, but it's super sweet. I wanted to try Bant. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria with 2-mana interactive spells like Dovin's Veto, Disdainful Stroke, Aether Gust, all these things. I think it's always a very powerful effect, as well as being able to mix it with a bunch of Wrath effects against goblins, and then a bunch of Vetoes, bunch of Teferis, and stuff to beat Team of Reclamation. I think this deck has the possibility to compete against everything. We have Shark Typhoons, which is still going to be a very good card, a good finisher, as well as just Uro, Teferi, Hero of Dominaria as our closers. We got some decent cards spread across our sideboard for aggressive matchups, for goblins. The two things I'm continuing to focus on are Team of Reclamation and goblins when I want to be competitive here, because I think that is the number one and number two matchup that we're going to see. So we have a lot of Dovin's Vetoes, Aether Gust, Disputes, maxing out on Shatters, even some Elgar Gargaros to be able to bring in against goblins, Baffling Ends to deal with the early creatures. Maybe it's enough to deal with this kind of stuff. Maybe not. We're going to find out. The play. Gotta love that. No 2-drop ramp, but we got a couple of 3-drop ones. Decent counterspell for later. I'm going to keep. Nothing I'm going to be writing home about. And if we draw a Growth Spiral, that'll be excellent. But outside of that, nothing's going to be insane. Looks like we might be up against Gruul. No need to actually have our mana untapped here. Nothing we're going to be able to stroke on turn 2. Okay, well, unfortunately now we do kind of want to leave stroke open, because they could really be anything here. So we're just going to go land go. Hopefully get to use our Disdainful Stroke, and then next turn we can go like Uro, hopefully into a 5th land with one of our next 2 draw steps, and then we can hold up another stroke. That's the ideal situation. Of course, Magic is not like that, so we will find out. We did hit the land, so I am pretty priced in on going for it, because if they do counter it, it's not the worst. If they counter it and then follow it up with something giant, then it's a little bit rough, but nothing too terrible here. So we're just going to start with Uro, leaving a blue open, just in case they want to respect a Disdainful Stroke or something, or a Mystical Dispute. Okay. Field of the Dead's going to be a problem for this deck. I never really thought of that. Field of the Dead is going to be gross. And we have Ugin to kind of just repeatedly -0. That's kind of spice. I kind of want to draw land, so we're not going to crack this. Well, I guess I can just play another Uro here. Yeah, let's do that. Uro! They want to do something to that? Huh. I think I have to let this resolve. It's only 2 cards. We want to leave our mana open for our opponent's turn. Not ideal, of course, but now the zombies will start. Insight. And we have so many counter spells, I'm kind of priced in to counter something here. I just want to fill my graveyard as well for Uro, so pretty happy to counter that. Even though it comes back, the value isn't great. Okay, this is not bad. Bounce, and then we have a counter magic here. Hopefully hit a land drop here. Maybe I should add another land. Excellent. We'll say go. All right, 6 mana. We're okay with Growth Spiral. Now we're getting scary. Yeah, Field of the Dead seems like a problem. I think I'm gonna let this one slide. Not in love with it. Yup, yup. Okay, so we're just gonna say go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is Ugin mana, so let's do that. We're pretty okay with this dying. 2 there, 2 upstairs. I can just shatter if I want to protect it. I actually kind of like that. Let's shatter. It's just so Ugin will for sure resolve. Keep them playing on their turn. And now if we counter something, we could actually just go Uro and then hold up this, and then hopefully Ugin at some point. I think I just gotta let these kind of spells resolve for now. Yep. Okay, only 2. Well, we didn't get that extra spell for Uro in the yard, so we can't actually do that unless we just cycle. We could cycle for 0 and then Uro. It's not the best play, but it allows us to leave open a counterspell plus have Uro on the battlefield, which protects Teferi. So with that being the play, I think it actually is a good play. Or we could just play Shark Typhoon. I like that one a lot worse. So for 0... Teferi. Alright, we'll get our Uro down. Okay. Teferi's a decent pickup. Uro. Alright, we'll play a land. This deck is kind of sweet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This does allow us to Ugin plus have a counterspell open, so I'm gonna leave it. This deck is very mana hungry. Because if they just go crazy with zombies, Ugin -0, hold open a counterspell seems awesome. Gust. Well, I'm not in love with that. I'm kind of priced into keeping it. They could just have so many more of those, though. I'm gonna try. We might regret this. So this is shutting down Wilderness Reclamation, which can be a problem sometimes. Or definitely can be a problem. Let's see. Yeah, this is a big turn. If they just like go bananas on making zombies, we're cool with that. But if they push Uro out of the way and then therefore kill Teferi, that's a little less fun for us. Zombones. Okay, all that's fine. They are just going bananas on these zombies, which is the play that we are cool with. Alright. If they just say go, I feel quite good. Yeah. Okay. A Ugin time! Let's definitely leave open blue, green. Just to represent Dovin's Veto, even though we don't have it. Ugin! Good old -0 here. Goodbye, zombies. And hello, some damage. Okay. Now we can either Growth Spiral or Stroke something. I think we're still in the market where we gotta let them have insights, even though they're just gonna keep drawing an absurd amount of cards. We just can't really fight over that. We gotta fight over against, like, Golos or something, if they were to have that. Alright. What you got, Nico? 10 cards in the yard, so if they were to go Uro, that's going to happen. Explosion for 3. I think that's a counterable card. Now we're out of permission, and we've even cast a decent amount. Yeah, we don't have a ton of counter spells even left in our deck. Okay, but we're cool with that. Alright, so every turn we're going to have to -4, essentially. Or -0, I should say, with Ugin. Okay. Now we'll bring the pain. ECD, nothing great there. Alright, we'll get a Teferi going. That's not great either. We're going to untap land, so it doesn't matter too much. Alright. Unfortunate, we got nothing we can do right now. Except, of course, our 3 Planeswalkers and our 1 absolutely overpowered Mythic, but honestly, that's not insane. We don't mind that. We got the ECD. No land. I assume that's coming back. Oh. Oh yeah, that's a card. Oh, good thing we do have a lot to rebuild here, but yeah, I mean, Ugin coming back is a problem, so maybe we just are supposed to ECD? Or Ugin coming back is what we need. But we really want to get value. I mean, next turn we're going to get value from it, I imagine, but this amount of tokens might just take us down, essentially. Start with this. Let's go with an Uro. Leave Ugin in the yard. Okay. Yeah, Field of the Dead is not what we want to be playing against with this deck, I imagine, but Field of the Dead has been being incorporated into Team Iraq. I mean, that is what we're playing against. So it's something we have to have a plan for. So this could easily be a deck we scrap immediately, or, you know, bring in a bunch of Field of Ruins or something like that. Okay, there's our ECD target. We hope we see more of those. So many zombies. Alright, Teferi down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's hope they don't have an explosion. I don't know if we can beat it even if they don't. Okay, well they don't. I imagine, yeah, just some scrying. So we can just double ECD, taking out a Uro, taking out a Wilderness Wreck. Yeah, this deck is powerful, that's for sure. There's a reason why it's the best deck here. Like, look at how much mana our opponent has already right now. It's just absurd. One top, one bottom. Okay. I mean, they have enough mana to just kill us with Explosion anyways. We might as well deal with Uro. Deal with this. I actually don't even want to attack with Uro. We're just going to say go. We're dead. We just can't beat Castle Vantress and Wilderness Reclamation together. And I mean, honestly, we're just taking 13-26 right now. We just need a Shatter. Yeah, I guess a bunch of Planeswalkers is not the best plan for beating a Magma Quake. Alright, finish us off. Maybe they'll do it for more than 20 and deck themselves. Alright. Game 1, Team of Reclamation. Brutal. Okay, we're bringing in more Dovin's Vetoes. I like Gus. Disputes are pretty good. Let's take out Shatters. Trim on some Uros. Teferi Master of Time isn't great. ECD isn't great either. Gotta be able to kill him with something, though, here. Well, we'll see how this works. Just very low threats. It might not be enough to compete with this deck, but we'll see. I mean, this is the, you know, we don't mind playing this matchup even though it's, like, stale to play against. You got to be able to beat it with whatever deck you choose, so decent to find out. Our one of Ugin in our opener again. Not necessarily ideal. All right. No thank you on the second. We only left in 2. Classic, classic. Red. These are awesome. Those are cool lands. Yeah, that's a really cool addition. Alright, we'll say go. They're just make your own duels. Okay. I will play an Uro. Play this, say go. I think I would counter a Growth Spiral if they had it. They did not. I can't counter that. Do we want to cast a big shark, or are we cool just not playing anything and just templing? I think I would rather cast a shark. 3/3 shark, not terrible. Or we just counter something, of course. Steam Vents. Alright. Tree Shark. Alright. Beatdowns. No, I think I'm gonna go for this. We can pay for a dispute, or we can dispute back. Yeah, we couldn't deal with a negate though. That's a bit of a problem, but I'll just let it slide. Okay. Blue. Nothing to do this turn of meaning. I think I'll keep another counterspell. Probably gonna need them. Yep. That's okay. And Field of the Dead. Right on cue. This one I think I'll counter. Ugh. Golos is bad. Maybe these gusts are not good against Temur and Historic. That easily could be. Do we just have to jam? It does not seem like a winning line. But I think we have to. Ugin. We could go upstairs, up to 9, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Nope, we'd be dead. So, no choice here but to negative. But they can still just make 2 more zombies, 5, 6, 7, and just attack Ugin. So, not looking great. Not looking great at all. Okay. Well, I'm learning a very valuable lesson here. I'm going to save it till the end of the match, but I think I learned something very important from playing this one match and just thinking about it the whole time. And that's really just these type of control decks can't really beat Field of the Dead, and I mean, it's a lesson that was there, you know, before. It's a lesson that we knew when Field of the Dead was around in Standard, but I just totally forgot about it because Field of the Dead has, you know, not been on my radar for so long. But just these standard control decks that try to answer on a one-for-one basis, gain advantage through Planeswalkers, even if you're ramping and stuff like that, they don't cut it without Field of Ruin. And even then, you have to line up against them, aka you have to draw just as many Field of Ruins as they draw Field of Dead. They have cards that bring them into play, like Golos. You don't have any cards that searches for Field of Ruin. So in my opinion, decks like this, Jeskai Control, Bant Control, Azorius Control, are all off the radar for me for week 1 because of Field of the Dead. Even a reason why Niv Mizzet is kind of off the radar for me, because you just can't really deal with Field of the Dead. Field of the Dead really shuts down control. Shuts down just natural control, and, you know, that's a bit of a problem. But, you know, as far as just the whole metagame goes, but not that big of a problem in the sense of what decks we should play. You know, we still focus on the things that are good against these decks. And so far, I'm 3 or 4-0 against this Team of Reclamations decks with Mono Blue. You know, it's on my Dropping Bombs this weekend on StarCityGames.com. If you want to go check out that, that's my front runner so far. But I'll be back tomorrow here, or whenever these videos come out. I'll be being recording one just about every day with kind of my journey to figure out what I like. So, Bant Control, that ain't it so far for me, but we learned something today. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. Like and subscribe this video. I really appreciate all the support on the YouTube channel that I am trying to get ever growing. So thank you so much for supporting me here. I really appreciate it, and we will see ya tomorrow for more videos here on my YouTube channel. Bye-bye.